people out there, man. I want to show for some people out there, man. I want to show for some people out there, man.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Sweet Erickson Thunderbird Gym. I'm Jack Noakes. T-Bird basketball on the air. It is a Monday night affair as the Birds take on their longtime rivals from Sterling, Colorado, the Northeastern Junior College Plainsmen on the floor. Casper comes in with a mark of 4-3. Northeast will come in with a mark of 3-5. These guys have met, well, we don't have the record sitting in front of us, but well over 100 times, I'm sure, dating back to talking to Sean Gutting, the T-Bird head coach before the game. You know, Roy Edwards had to have been the head coach and faced Swede 25 or 30 years in a row, then gave way to his assistant, Lowell Rumpf, who was there for at least 20 seasons. Now Fred Trinkle's been there, we think, for probably 12, 15 years. I'm not sure in the 47 years I followed the Birds that these guys have only had 3 head coaches. So it has been a rather stable program in terms of coaches. And, of course, for years they have been a power in Region 9. Birds 4-3, coming off a win in Ottumwa, Iowa. That was their final game in the tournament over there, where they beat Northeastern Oklahoma A&M 92-72. Rashawn Agee led the way with 25 points. Northeastern comes in, as we said, 3-5. Their latest was a victory against Laramie County Community College, LCCC. They beat them 86-80. Northeastern comes in averaging 77, giving up 85. The Birds get 86 points a game, give up 77. Casper shooting well from the field, 50%. Northeastern just 42. Behind the arc, the Birds really shooting well, 39%. Northeastern just 25. Free throws, Casper doing well at the line, 72%. Plainsman shoots 61%. Rebounding, both teams coming away with 39 caroms per game. So the Birds lined up along the free throw line. We'll get the playing of our national anthem here, the singing of our national anthem here, and we'll get ready for JUCO basketball from the Swede on a Monday evening. Good to have you along on our YouTube closed circuit feed.
The NJC promotes good sportsmanship by student athletes, coaches, and spectators. We request your cooperation by supporting the participants and officials in a positive manner. Profanity, racial or sexist comments, or other intimidating actions directed at officials, student athletes, coaches, team representatives, or athletic site administrators will not be tolerated and are grounds for removal from the premises. The NJCAA wants good sports. And now, ladies and gentlemen, at this time we ask you all please rise and direct your attention to the American flag for the singing of our national anthem presented by Mela Stagg and Robin Desire.
Take a look at the starting lineups for this evening's ball game. For Northeastern, the visitors in their black uniforms with the white numerals and trim. Quincy Jewett will go at one of the forwards, 6'4", sophomore, Aurora, Colorado, 12 points a ball game. Obi Agbeam, averaging 17, leading scorer on the team, a 6'3", sophomore from Aurora. Axel Henry, local guy from Sterling, sophomore, 6 feet 1 inch tall, averaging 9 points a game. Kyler Kane Johnson, a 5'11" sophomore from Niles, Ohio, averages 7 ball game, and then Rashawn Barron, a 6'5" sophomore from Fountain, Colorado, averaging 7 points a contest. For the Birds, they'll go this way. Jaron Harris, the freshman 6-foot guard from LA, averages 12 points a ball game. PJ Gambi, a freshman 6'2", the guard from Omaha, also averages 12. Rashawn Agee, now the leading scorer on the team, the redshirt freshman from Chicago, is 6'7", averages 15 points a contest. Ousmane Dia, a 6'11" post from Dakar, Senegal. The freshman averages 6 points a ball game. And then Keon Baker getting a start tonight. The 6'5" guard from Toronto, Ontario, is a freshman, averaging 2 points per ball game. Got a Northern Wyoming crew working this game from the northeast corner of the state. And we're about ready to go here. Birds gathered around Sean Gutting, come in, as we said, with a mark of 4-3 on the season. Traveled to Iowa, to Ottumwa, to Indian Hills, lost to the host team 83-67, then came back with a 92-72 win against Northeast Oklahoma. That was on Friday night. Ready to jump center, it will be Barron. Jumping against Dia. Ousmane, the 6'11 freshman from Dakar, Senegal. Birds will move from our left to right, and we're ready to go on a Monday evening. Casper will win the tip and bring it ahead. PJ Gambi directing a little traffic. Looking at a little man-to-man here. They get it to Baker, who swings it right back to Phillips, or to Walker rather, and in deep. Baker's shot no good. The rebound snapped away from Ousmane Dia, but it will stay with the Casper College Thunderbirds. Right along the baseline, it'll be Gambi to throw it in. .11 on the shot clock, gets it into Agee, wants to bore in on the baseline, backs in a couple of times, head fake, throw it off the glass, got it. Tough angle. And the Birds get an early 2-0 lead on Rashawn Agee's hoop from just outside the key. First time this evening that the Plainsmen will have the ball. Kane Johnson looking down low. Barron has his shot blocked, and it'll go out of bounds and stay with the Plainsmen. Just underway as Kyler Kane Johnson will play it into the left of the hoop. Gonna toss it way out front. That's almost taken away by Baker. Into the paint, trying to throw a pass over to Barron, and that ball will be deflected out of bounds. Last touch by the Plainsman goes over to the Birds on the turnover. Out of back court, Gambi will lope it across the line. Everybody out top of the free throw line for the Birds. Little weave here, pull up, 15-footer on the way, just inside the arc is good. Jaron Harris makes it 4-0 in favor of Casper a minute in. Jewett exchanging with Agbin into the lane, pull up, 10-footer, doesn't go. Rebound Agee, Rashawn running it ahead for Gambi. Gambi right back to Agee, layup is no good, but he draws the foul. Oh, little burst of speed by the Birds. Jewett will get the first foul of the ball game for either team. And it puts Rashawn Agee at the free throw line for the Birds. Couple of shots for the red shirt who played at New Mexico State. 47% from three. And coming into the game, 54% from the free throw line. First one by Agee was good. His third point of the night gives the Birds a 5-0 lead. And a quick timeout by longtime head coach Fred Trinkle. It'll be just a 30-second timeout. Birds will be back in action on Friday. The Thanksgiving Classic will happen. Big day of basketball Friday and Saturday. Agee back to the free throw line. See if he can't build it to a 6-0 lead here with 18:32 to go in the opening half. In and out, no good. Rebound cleared away by Jewett. Quickly ahead for Agbin, and then he'll give it to Kane Johnson. Swinging on the left side, outside. First substitution of the Mountain. No, Axel Henry still in. He'll kick it to Barron. Little soft one-hander, doesn't go from just inside the elbow. Gambi with a quick rebound into the front court. Loads for a three to Harris. That's no good. Agbin working against Harris all the way down. Throws it off the glass. That doesn't go. Agee snares another rebound. Couple in the first couple minutes. Into the front court. Gambi gives it over for the three-pointer, and that's good. Keon Baker with the tray. And all of a sudden, the Birds are out to an 8-0 lead here in the first 2.5 minutes. And we're going to have an offensive foul called away from the ball.
Offensive foul number 24, Sean Barron.
Barron will get it. It'll be the second team foul, and Casper quickly to an 8-0 lead over NJC. First substitution of the ball game, Jared Adams checks in for the Plainsmen, a redshirt sophomore, 6'5", from Mountain Home, Idaho. Out of the backcourt, Harris leaves it for Gombe. Back out top, Baker, they'll run a little weave. Gets a pick, wanted to step back and take the three. Instead, the lefty will shoot a two that's no good. Rebound on the run to Axel Henry into the front court. They'll swing it in front of the T-Bird bench and then bounce it along the baseline. Head fake, kick outside, and that'll be the first points of the ball game, a three. Obi Agbin, averaging 17 a game to lead Northeastern, makes it 8-3. Bird basketball trying to feed it in low. Baker's pass knocked away, taken away. Plainsman on the attack. Out top, head fake on the three by Agbin. Working against Baker, exchanges with Axel Henry, ball on the floor. Picked up by NJC, and a little floater is good by Jared Adams, who just checked into the lineup. Little 5-point spurt by the Plainsmen makes it 8-5 Casper. Harris for Gombe. At the top, Agee will exchange with the guard. Set a pick for him. Tried to pick and roll, couldn't get him the ball. Long three, right side. High rebound, knocked around and taken off the floor. Out of the pack comes Kane Johnson. Leaves it down low. Head fake off the glass. 21, Jared Adams with another hoop. Four quick points off the bench. And now the T-Bird lead down to one at 8-7. Baker looking from the right side for Agee along the baseline. Head fake, fall away. That's no good. Off the heel, and the rebound taken away by Agbin. Into the front court. He'll pull up for a three. No good. And Agee with another rebound. Ahead quickly on the run. Harris looking for Gombe. A little fade away with the left hand. No good. And the tip is good. I think we're going to credit that one to Rashawn Agee. Well, they're going to give it instead to Dia. Osamne Dia gets it, and the Birds lead at 10-7 now. 5 minutes into the contest. Pass ball down deep, and working in for the little reverse layup is Quincy Jewett. Bird lead goes back down to one at 10-9. Gombe looking for a pick out front. Dia will roll to the free throw line. They'll try and feed it down low. That's taken away. Fast break ahead and a little hesitation. The layup will go, and he'll draw the foul. Quincy Jewett gives the Plainsmen their first lead of the ball game. Foul will be Diaz. That's the first his and the first team foul for the Birds. NJC with its first lead of the night and a chance to build on it. Jewett with 4 points. Adams off the bench with 4, and then Agbim, their leading scorer, has a three-pointer. Left-hand free throw, line drive is good. 12-10. First time tonight that Casper has trailed in the ball game. Birds will bring in Ajante Miller for the first time tonight. Here's the feed to Agee, trying to work his way along the right side block. Little fadeaway, no good. Ball tipped out to Agee, but we're going to get an offensive foul here. Peter Toure, who checked in, will pick up the foul. 14:07 showing on the clock. Birds, after getting out to an 8-0 lead, find themselves down 12-10 now. High post feed, backing in. And a little soft one-hander is an air ball from Adams. I think Northeastern's going to get the foul on the short shot. They will. Foul will go against Latrell Jones, who checked in for Northeastern. Jones, a 6'4 sophomore from Seattle. Gombe out of backcourt. Gives it to Miller. Right back for Dwayne Walker, who's checked in. Walker averaging 13 a game for the Birds. Second leading scorer, pulls up and drains a long three. That'll make it 13-12. Birds go back on top by a single point. On the attack, Adams playing catch on the left side. They'll bring it around, get it in deep to Adams, turns, shoots, air ball again. And the rebound will be taken away by Peter Teray. Quickly ahead, Gombe, who's gone all the way at the point, trying to find Agee in the paint. That ball is loose and picked off the floor by the Plainsman. Back the other way. Oh, Walker almost had the steal. Dribble drive, layup is good. Strong move by Latrell Jones to the hoop. NJC goes back on top by a point. Agee's gone all the way, as has Gombe so far for Casper. Walker, top of the key, brings a dribble to the left side, pulls up with the left hand, no good. And a big rebound in deep, and a foul going to be whistled. Toure with a strong move to the hoop. Kenyon Clark will get the foul for Northeast. Birds will shoot a couple here. Peter Toure goes to the free throw line. Toure this season, a 73% free throw shooter, one of the better at the line for Casper. Righty's first one on the way is good. We're tied. Kyler Kane Johnson returns for the Plainsmen, and we'll get Gus Wright, the sophomore, redshirt freshman, I guess you'd say, from Sheridan, checks in. Second free throw in and out by Toure. Score will stay tied at 14. NJC, Kane Johnson with it on the floor for Adams. Right side, outside to Donta Dawson. Clock shot headed to the 10-second mark now. Adams will bring it back out front. Kane Johnson will work against Gombe with 5 on the shot clock. All the way into the paint, and a reach going to be called here. This will go on Dwayne Walker. Walker will get the foul. So it'll be the fourth team foul, third team foul for Casper. Plainsman will play it in. Kane Johnson gets it way back out top. Adams will control there for Northeastern. Exchanging with the guard, trying to go left side, trying to work against Ajante Miller. Still has it on the floor. Under 8 seconds now on the shot clock. Shot clock winding to 5. Kane Johnson in trouble. Gets it down low, and they'll dribble it. Kenyon Clark will off his foot. Shot clock down to 2 when he dribbled it away.
Number 0, Quincy Jewett. Number 24, Rashawn Barron.
Quincy Jewett and Rashawn Barron returning to the lineup for the Plainsmen. 11:47 to go in the opening half. Birds and the Plainsmen tied at 14. Casper basketball in the front court. Backing away, giving it to Gus Wright. He'll try a long 3 that's no good. Soaring in to get the rebound, put it back up, and draw the foul is Peter Toure. Jones will get the foul. That'll be 5 team fouls. We'll be shooting a pair anyway. Ray, who just went 1 for 2 at the free throw line, is back up there for another pair, and this one's good, the first one. Breaks the tie at 15-14. Second one on the way, and that one hiccups out. So, 15-14 Casper, Plainsman basketball. Kane Johnson into the front court. That high dribble, kicks it over to Jewett. Jewett looking over to Clark. Back to Kane Johnson. Couldn't get a shot, turned it over. Ray comes up with the loose ball, and Casper will run it ahead. Gombe out of backcourt. Loses a dribble, feeds out top to Walker. From Miller on the left side angle, and they'll bring it around to the top. Gombe shut off right at the elbow. Back to Miller. Miller will feed Walker, give it to Gombe. Three-pointer is no good. And the rebound taken away by Barron. Approaching the halfway mark of the opening half. Birds by a point. 15-14. Clark bouncing on the low post and backing in. They're going to call a block here on Ray. Well, Rashawn Barron backed his way in, drew the foul. It'll go against Casper. I was going to say, thought it was Barron. They're going to put Donta Dawson on the free throw line. Dawson, a 6'4" freshman from the Springs. No, they're going to say it was before the shot, so they'll get the inbounds play, and Dawson will get a hoop. 16-15, Plainsman back on top by a single point. Ball in the front court, bouncing for Agee. Fall away from the block, left side, no, tipped out, and the rebound taken away and controlled by NJC. Birds with Harris, Miller, Agee, Wright, and Walker on the court right now. And here's a long shot that's no good, but a foul will be whistled. Ajante Miller will get the foul. It'll be a two-shot shooting foul when we come back. Birds down by a point, 9:55 to go.
We would like to acknowledge and thank
I chose Casper College because I've heard great things about the faculty and the program from friends and family members.
I chose Casper College because I hear that they had an amazing music program, and since it's such a small community that you really get to know everybody, and the teacher experience was really good. You get really close with your teacher.
So I chose Casper College because when I came to my college visit, it really felt like home, and they have a really great nursing program, which is what I plan to study. And so I toured the building and I immediately knew that's where I needed to be.
I'm most excited about the student life. I think that they've got great activities. All the kids that I've met today have seemed like awesome people, and I just can't wait to dive right into it.
I am very excited to go to Casper College because I'm just ready to start a new chapter in my life, a new beginning, and to just find out who I am and, pursuing my passion for music. And it's just, I can't wait for the experience.
Well, after moving out to a quick 8-0 lead, the Birds find themselves down a point, 16-15, just under halfway, or just over halfway through the opening half of play. Kyler Kane Johnson averaging 7 a game. The starting point guard goes to the line. He'll shoot 2 here. Both teams with 5 personal fouls at this juncture. That's off the heel, no good. Birds bring Jaden Phillips, the 6'5" freshman, in for the first time this evening. And they'll also bring in Dalton Peterson. Going to give him a second one. The Birds had a lane violation on the first free throw. Johnson's first point of the night gives his team a 2-point lead. Second one on the way is in and out. Agee with the rebound, knocked to the floor. Manages to get the dribble back. And Casper on the attack, down by 2. That's the biggest lead NJC has had. The Birds had an 8-0 lead to start the game. Peterson in the front court, puts it on the floor, floats the one-hander in the lane. That's good. The young freshman from Encampment in the book, and we're tied at 17. Johnson backs away to half court. Birds have been man-to-man all night. Harris working against him, and the ball dribbled off the foot and out of bounds again. Be interesting when we look at the first half statistics to see how many turnovers the Plainsmen have had. They've had problems hanging on to the basketball. But right now, they're hanging on to the tie. Out of backcourt, Peterson takes the pass on the left side angle. Dribbles it away to Gus Wright. Wright will exchange. Harris pull up, 17-footer, in and out, no. Ball tapped, but not controlled as Jaden Phillips tried to knock it loose, and then here's a turnover coming to Agee. Ahead quickly. Peterson looked at the three, pulls up just short of the lane, dumps it back out front to Jaron Harris. Harris, crossover dribble for Agee. Wants to go into the paint, hangs for a 5-footer, no. Gets his own rebound, puts it up and in, and he's fouled. He is just too strong. Rashawn with 7 points now. Birds go back on top by 2. Barron gets his second foul, and Agee to the free throw line. Leads all scorers in the game right now with 7. He'll shoot 1. Jared Adams, who gave the Plainsmen some instant offense the first time he came in, comes back, replacing Rashawn Barron for Fred Trinkle's team. Agee's free throw, in and out, no good, and Adams will claim the rebound. Adams playing a little catch with Kane Johnson, who goes high post outside to Jewett. Jewett guarded loosely by Agee, exchanging instead with Henry. Henry into the lane, can't get it to go. Adams tried to tip it, and tipped it right to the official. Headed to the 8-minute mark. Time remaining to be played. Opening half. Casper on top by a deuce. Into the front court, Jaron Harris looking for Peterson in the corner to Agee, and that basket's not going to count. They're going to get him for a player control foul. That will be Agee's first, I believe. Yep. Take the basket away. They have Rashawn with 5. I had him with 7 points. Sean Gutting disagreeing with Ben on the call. Plainsman with the basketball in the front court, out top, still dribbling, setting for a long 3 that's no good. Agee with authority, claiming the rebound after the Agbin miss. Here is Peterson for a 3 that doesn't go. Back the other way, pull up, 17-footer, in and out, no. Adams follow, yes. Adams with his 6th, and we're tied at 19, approaching 7 to play, opening half. Phillips for Peterson to Agee. Agee exchanges. Peterson wants to get something in the lane, couldn't get it. Here's a long 3 by Phillips. No, Agee puts it back up and in. That one will count. There's no player control foul there. Agee now with 7, and the Birds back on top by 2. Kane Johnson exchanging on the high post with Adams, bouncing on the low post. Jewett trying to bore in, double team, kicks outside for a 3. That's no good by Henry. Phillips into the front court with the left hand. Now reverses, goes right side outside to Peterson to the baseline. Peterson trying to drive, and Kyler Kane Johnson will get this foul. Peterson to the free throw line. That is, well, he's standing there. Is that the 7th team foul? Yep. So Dalton Peterson, the freshman from Encampment, to the free throw line to shoot a pair here. The lefty's first one is good. Second one on the way here momentarily. Dalton on the season 70% at the line. As soon as we say that, we jinx him and he misses. 22-19, 3-point Casper lead. Ball belongs to the Plainsmen. In the front court, Henry looking down low for Lewis Pendleton, who just checked in, feeding in the paint, and a foul will be whistled. Jewett trying to shovel it up with the left hand, drew the foul instead. Should be the 7th team foul. Usmani Dia gets the foul, his second. Quincy Jewett, 6'4", freshman, redshirt sophomore actually from Aurora, will miss the first one. Gus Wright comes back for the T-Birds, and Usmani Dia will take a seat. Second one, front of the rim, no good. Third rebound to Agee, who's got to have 7 or 8 already in the opening half. He'll pull up just on top of the arc, miss the three-pointer, and the long rebound will be taken away by Henry. Into the front court, left-hand dribble to the top. Loses his dribble, feeds it outside to Agbin. Agbin pushing or giving it, guess it was Agbin, having trouble seeing the 1 on his uniform. Missed the long one, and the Birds come back the other way. Jaron Harris kind of out of control, hit the side of the glass and then tipped the ball, but they'll say it was last touched by NJC. Gombe back in for the Birds. He'll join Peterson, Wright, Agee, and Phillips. Inbounds pass to Phillips, right back to Gombe. Outside, Phillips, head fake on the 3, the elbow left, and they'll swing it around to Peterson, looking down low, working along the block. Agee's pass knocked loose, taken away. Agbin with the fast break, lays it up and in. Not sure there wasn't some glue on that ball. Hung forever. 22-21. Plainsmen within 1. Bird basketball to Phillips. Spin dribble. Fall away. Right side elbow. No. Agee rebound. Lays it up. Left hand. Right hand. No good. Couldn't get it to go. The soft touch failed. Back the other way. Adams turns, shoots, and that's in and out. No good. And they're going to get him for a travel. 4:48 left in the opening half. Davion McAdam from Kelly Walsh will check in. 22-21, Birds by 1. Out of back court. Gombe. Right back to Gombe at the top. Gombe to the right side elbow, outside, right for a 3, no. McAdam the rebound in heavy traffic, dishes outside. That will leave Gombe for a 3 that's no good. Long rebound, Peterson. Backs the dribble away at the top of the circle. For Gombe along the northeastern bench, in for, the rafters are still shaking. I think you call that a dunk. Rashawn Agee powering one home for his 9th point, then in deep, back the other way. Credit that basket to Adams. Birds clinging to the 1-point lead after the exclamation point by Agee, and then the return basket by the Plainsmen. Pendleton wanting to set up out front. Now puts it on the floor and floats a pass. The lob underneath. The shot is good. McAdams sneaking in from the weak side. A nice feed. Or Jat Adams, rather, not McAdam. The basket was good. And he'll go to the line with a chance for the three-point play. Peterson got the foul. Waiting for a shoe to be tied. Plainsmen are on top by a point as Adams, with 8 points on the evening, will step to the free throw line. Chance to match the biggest lead that NJC's had tonight. That would be 2 points. And he will. His 9th. He and Rashawn Agee lead all scorers with 9 apiece. Gamby, high dribble, tries to float one up and scoop it and has it sent out of bounds. He'll play it in near the corner. Looking, gets it into Walker. Out top, right, shielding the ball from McAdam. Dribble drive, left hand, draws the foul. Well, a strong move by Davion to the hole, and the foul goes against Lewis Pendleton. So McAdam to the free throw line, chance to tie it for the Birds with 3:04 to play in the opening half. Davion, 68% this season at the free throw stripe. First one on the way is a little too hard. And the redshirt freshman misses both of them. Long rebound, Adams out of backcourt. Quickly ahead, then they'll give it to Pendleton. Swing it left side, outside. Burning the baseline and walking, I believe, is Dante Dawson. Yeah, I could call that one from up here. Birds get it back. Had an 8-0 lead to start the game, but ever since, it has been back and forth. Walker outside to McAdam. Gets a pick, goes to the baseline right side, shut off by Pendleton, bring it back out top. Floating a pass for Gus Wright, that's taken away. Birds have turned it over, probably more than Sean Gutting would like, trying to feed it down low. Dawson feeding on the paint, and turning and shooting and scoring is Quincy Jewett. Was kind of waiting for the 3-second call there. He's got 9 points now. And that's the biggest lead the Plainsmen have enjoyed. 4 points, 28-24. McAdam to the right side, to left side baseline, out top. Walker head fake on a 3, wants to drive, lays it up soft, didn't go. He hits the deck and no foul whistled. Little slow getting up. Now he'll lope ahead. Pendleton alone, 3-pointer, no. Had to wait until it bounded around the rim. We're going to have a jump ball whistled, and it'll go over to the T-Birds on the arrow. Keon Baker returns for the Birds. Casper needs to get a player out, and they did. It'll be Walker who will head to the sideline. Took a pretty good fall when he missed the shot. Casper, I said Casper had the ball. Obviously the arrow was pointed to NJC, and the turnaround by Adams is good. He's in double figures with 11, and the lead now should grow to 6. It does, 30-24. A steal by the Plainsmen back into the front court. Pendleton right in front of the scorer's table as we approach a minute to go in the opening half. Pendleton with the ball. Henry for a long three, and that's good. Axel Henry with a three, and all of a sudden, it's a 9-point NJC lead, 33-24.
Don't let me in.
Please don't let me into my zone. I just need some time of my own. All these people trying to get a conversation. You can conversate to that tone. My God up on that throne, yeah. So I'm never alone.
McAdam to play it into P.J. Gombe, who will bring it ahead. Birds led 8-0. Now they find themselves down by 9 with under a minute to go in the opening half. McAdam shut off at the free throw line. Bring it out to Baker for Gus Wright. Exchanging to Davion. Pull up, a little soft one-hander floats home. Baker all over Pendleton, snaps it loose, gets the ball. Pendleton from behind. Baker hesitate, lay it up, miss it. And the rebound taken out by Henry. Well, Keon was a little too deep that time. Final 20 seconds. Plainsmen don't have to shoot. Henry out to McAdam, or to Adams. Adams. They'll look down low. Quincy Jewett tries to back in, the shot blocked, but Adams puts it up on the rebound. The basket will count, and at the half, it'll be a 9-point lead. The Plainsmen 35, T-Birds 26. T-Bird basketball, good to have you along here on a Monday night.
My instructor for my environmental sociology class was Chad Hansen, and he was amazing. He's one of the best sociology professors I've ever met in my life. The trip was a lot of fun that we took to Grand Teton National Park, and we spent some time at the Teton Science School. We learned a lot of things as far as humanity's effect on the environment and vice versa, and how we blend in or adjust to the environment that we live in, and how we come to spend time in and out of nature itself. We took several walks up to scenic views where we got to see amazing sights of the mountains and stuff, and several hikes that took us right up to the foothills of the Tetons. It was amazing. So I started out as a general studies major, and I chose to change to a nursing major because after an experience in my life that kind of shook my physical being to the core, and the help I received thereafter, I decided that the best way for myself to repay the things that those individuals did for my health would be to see what I could do in that field on my own, see if there was anything I could do to help the people that might come after me in those situations, and I decided that that's where I want to be. In spending time in a relatively professional setting in the real world, I decided that being in a place where I couldn't further myself without schooling and the way that I wanted to, that schooling was going to be necessary for the fundamentals of what I was trying to get done, and it sounded more fun than where I was. So I came to Casper College to gain a greater knowledge of myself and the world around me by studying anything that I hadn't studied before. When I'm finally at a point in my life where I believe I can be a sponge for information, and I have a desire and a drive to learn things that I hadn't known before. And this is the best place I found to do that.
They want to show for some people out there, man. They want to show for some people out there, man. They want to show for some people out there, man. They want to show for some people out there, man. They want to show for some people out there, man. They want to show for some people out there, man.
don't let me into my zone. I just need some time of my own. All these people trying to get a conversation, you can conversate to that tone. My God up on that throne, yeah, so I'm never alone, yeah. All these people trying to box me in, I'm Mayweather, it's on, yeah. Now they ask where I'm at, making hits that line back. I'm MJ, I'm 2-3, man, I just need some time back. I'm zoned in like defense, my life gone, no recess, but I live my best one, so I got no regrets. So I'm gone, finally back in my home.
Many people think engineers all have dry humor and no personality, just like Dilbert from the Dilbert comics. While this stereotype of your typical engineer is still up for debate, the career itself is much more exciting. Hi, I'm Logan and this is The More You Know. You might have heard of various popular areas of study for an engineer, like civil, mechanical, and even chemical. While these engineers might focus on different specialties, they all share one thing in common: working with limited resources to solve a complex problem. For example, ground-based engineers for the Apollo 13 mission to the moon had to solve a life or death problem when a wire ignited during a routine oxygen stir on the Apollo 13 spacecraft.
Houston, we have a problem.
To fix this and save the lives of the astronauts, the ground engineers had to put a square peg into a round hole with limited time.
Well, we're looking at less than 15 minutes of life support in the Odyssey.
And using only what was available on the spacecraft.
Halftime at Sweet Erickson Thunderbird Gym, Casper College down by 9, 35-26 to Northeastern of Sterling, Colorado, longtime rival for the T-Birds. And the Birds, after jumping out to an early 8-0 lead, traded baskets, and NJC got back into it, and for most of the time it was a 1 or 2 point game either way. But then at the end, the Plainsmen found their stride and rattled off 6 points in a row and actually built this lead to where it is now, 9 points, their biggest lead of the ball game. The first half statistics: Northeastern now 15 of 29, 52% from the field. The Birds are 10 of 35, that's just 29%. Field goal attempts as far as the three-pointers go: 2 for 7, 29% for Northeastern, 2 for 11, 18% for Casper College. The Birds are 3 of 7 at the free throw line, and the Northeastern is 3 of 7 at the free throw line. That is just 43%. The Birds are 4 of 11, just 36%. So it has not been a very good shooting night, obviously. Total rebounds, Casper being out-rebounded 24-23. Turnovers, 9 for Northeastern, 7 for Casper College. Leading scorers in the ball game: Rashawn Agee leading the way for Casper right now with 9 points. He also has 10 rebounds in the first half. Agee 4 out of 11 from the field, the leading scorer in the contest with 13 points. Jared Adams, coming off the bench, 6 out of 8 from the field, also has 4 rebounds, and he's been kind of the spark plug for NJC as we head to the second half of play. NJC 3-5 on the season coming into this ball game. The Birds were 4-3. The Plainsmen beat LCCC 86-80 their last time out. The T-Birds, their last time out, were in Ottumwa, Iowa, and they managed to beat Northeastern Oklahoma JC A&M by a final of 92-72. So Sean Gutting hoping his team can find its stride here in the second half of play. Ball will belong to Casper College, I believe. It will be Keon Baker, Osamne Dia, Jaron Harris, PJ Gambi, and Keon Baker. Starting 5 that began the game, starts the second half of play. Here we go. Little dribble drive, throw it up with the left hand. Jaron Davis finds the hoop. Jaron Harris, I'm sorry. 4 points for Harris now. Baker picking up in the backcourt, trying to stay with the weave here. Henry will exchange with Obi Ogman, averaging 17 a point game. a game had just 4 in the opening half. High dribble as the shot clock goes under 10. Johnson spinning, falling away with the left hand. That's an air ball. Ball tapped and controlled by the Birds. Out of backcourt, here comes Agee. All the way down left side, kicks outside, three-pointer that's no good. Dia tried to grab the rebound away from Agbim, but couldn't get it. Back the other way for a three. Axel Henry. His second three of the ball game. He's got 6, and now the lead grows to 10 to start the second half of play. Agee exchanging with Harris for Baker. Baker, long dribble drive, long stride, couldn't get it up. And the rebound was taken away on the block shot by Dia. He's fouled going to the hoop. We'll see if he shoots 2. Rashawn Barron will get his 3rd. Osamane Dia to the free throw line. Shooting a couple here, the freshman from Dakar, Senegal. And the first one is good, his 3rd point of the night. Jared Adams returning quickly off the bench for the Plainsmen, and he led the way, coming in with 13 off the bench. Second one's no good. Birds have made the front end of a number of free throws and then missed rather badly on the second. It'll stay 38-29. Down the right side, pull up off the glass. That's good. That's Agbim's shot, and he's now got 7 points in the ball game. 40-29, 11-point lead is the biggest of the contest. NJC on top, T-Birds on the attack. Harris trying to drive the lane, kicks outside. Head fake by Gombe, couldn't get the shot off. Shot clock winds under 10. And a little bump here, they're going to say it's before the shot and wipe the basket out. So Casper will control, baseline left. Put 20 seconds back on the shot clock. Agbin for Agee. Agee trying to bore in, shut off at the free throw line by Adams. They'll go in the corner for a 3-ball look that's no good. Agee snares a long rebound with one hand, and then he draws the foul. Agbin gets the foul. His first. Birds will play it in with another 20-second shot clock. Agee off the glass, kisses it from the left side. John Wooden would be proud. 11 points using that glass. 40-31. Birds down by 9, and the Plainsmen in no hurry here, using a little clock, just 3 minutes into the second half of play. Agbim for Adams at the top. 5 seconds to shoot. Henry back to Agbim. Gets a pick, tries to drive, throws up a one-hander off balance, didn't get off in time, and the Birds will get the ball on the violation. 30-second shot clock expiring. Gombe will hand off to Harris at the T-Bird circle. Bouncing right back to Gombe, trying to get a pick out top. Agee trying to float down low now. Gombe trying to shoo him out of the way, gets a pick from him, and then throws a pass out front that's taken away. Agbim, dribble drive, reverse layup, no. Adams rebound, put back, no. Agee will claim that one. Gombe on a drive, trying to kick in the paint. That was a careless pass taken away by Kane Johnson, all the way down with the left hand. Running layup is good. Kyler Kane Johnson's first hoop of the ball game. 42-31, Birds down 11. Approaching 16 to play in the contest. Harris to Gombe. Right back to Harris for a three. That's not going to go. Agee trying to save the rebound, stepped on the end line. Casper 39% on the season. Coming into the ball game tonight from the land of three, they were 18% in the first half, and that has not improved in the opening 4 minutes of the second. Out of back court. Kane Johnson bouncing left side, outside Adams. Picked up loosely, very loosely by Peter Teray. In deep, the shot's no good. Ball tapped around and out of the scrum. Gamby finally gets it to Agee. Behind his back, dribble into the lane, throw up the one-hander, no. But he'll draw the foul here. No, they're going to say Agee's guilty of the player control foul. And I wondered as fast as he was headed down the lane. Davion McAdam in for the Birds along with Ajante Miller. 42-31, 11-point lead for NJC. Kane Johnson into the front court. Bouncing to Agbim in front of his bench, and he'll back it away. 15 on the shot clock. Agbim, left-hand dribble, gets a pick, working against Miller, steps up from the baseline, can't get it to fall. Agee with the rebound, quickly. Gamby into the front court, running one-hander off the heel, no, Peter Teray is there to put it home. Cuts the lead to 9 at 42-33. And here's the steal. Miller against Kane Johnson, hesitates, throws it off the glass for two. Ajante Miller with his first hoop of the night. Cuts into the lead a little more, it's down to 7. Agbin will work against Miller and give it on the outside to Jewett, right back for Pendleton. Pendleton with McAdam on here. Here's a long three, and that is good. Quincy Jewett into double figures now with 12 points in the lead, back up to 10 at 45-35. Miller gets a pick out top from Teray, rolls to the free throw line, 15-footer, no. Teray trying to get the rebound, couldn't come over the top. Johnson brings it ahead. Kane Johnson pushing, falling away with the left hand, no. Agee tips that, it'll be along the baseline, controlled by NJC. Wide open, Agbim for a three, in and out, no. Rebound, Ajante Miller with authority in the paint, ahead for Gamby. Gamby all the way down, gives it to Teray, loping into the lane, and he'll draw the foul. Lewis Pendleton's second. That'll be the fourth team foul. Peter Teray, 2 for 4 thus far this evening at the free throw line, 4 points on the night. Will toe the stripe from 15 feet away, see if he can't get the Birds under double digits. First one's good. 45-36, 9-point lead for Northeastern. Kenyon Clark into the Northeastern lineup, along with Donta Dawson. Teray's second free throw. Birds have struggled at the line. He'll make the second one, his 6th point of the evening. Back the other way, quickly in a hurry. Ooh, looked like Henry got away with a walk. Back out top. They'll give it to Pendleton. He'll set up from the left side, gets a pick. Draws the double team, goes on the baseline, ball deflected, taken away. Out of back court, Miller will load up the offense to Agee. Quickly, pull up off the glass, left hand, good. P.J. Gamby's first bucket. Averaging 12 points a ball game, his first score. We're going to get a 30-second timeout. Birds close to within 6 at 45-39, still 13-14 left in the game. Been a struggle for Casper shooting the basketball tonight. We'll see. Goes the rest of the way. Casper being led right now by Rashawn Agee with 11. The Plainsmen have a couple in double figures. Jared Adams had 13 off the bench in the first half. He's still there with 13. Quincy Jewett with a dozen. So we'll see if the Birds can continue to chip away at the lead. We'll be back on the air on Friday night. We'll have a doubleheader. Annual T-Bird Thanksgiving Classic. The women playing at 5, men playing at 7. Women will play Lake Region. The men will get Lamar from southeastern Colorado in the 7 o'clock game. Ball will belong to the Plainsmen, and the Birds going to snap a little full court pressure on right now. See what happens. Teray will contest the inbounds pass. McAdam, Miller, Gombe, and Agee, and they go for the steal. Didn't quite get it. McAdam thought he might have it. Didn't work out that way. Somebody got to cover the big guy alone, Dante Dawson, in the front court. Little trying to figure out. I think the Birds may have touched the ball when they weren't allowed to. It's always dangerous when the officials huddle. We'll see what happens. NJC is going to play it in. Birds will go back to the full court pressure. Teray will contest the pass again. And there's the 5-second violation, which is what they wanted. They almost got with Davion McAdam. So Casper will get the ball. Fred Trinkle's going to take a timeout here. Still 13-13 to go in the contest. Felt like it took 13 minutes and 13 seconds to figure that out. 45-39, Casper down 6. Birds jumped out to an 8-0 lead, and they held on to the lead for most of the first half, but in the final 3 minutes, Northeastern put on a run to go up by 9. It was 35-26 at the halfway mark in favor of NJC. Casper has cut into the lead finally here in the second half and gotten it down, down to 6, and the Birds now, well, they're not going to give the ball to them. Evidently, they got the timeout before the 5-second call. Now they'll try and get it in. It'll be tipped away to Agee, and a foul will be whistled. Foul going to be whistled against Teray, who settles down Sean Gutting on the far sideline. Birds really working at the full court pressure on the inbounds play. Let's see if they do it again from half court. Teray guarding the pass, and they'll get it in this time to Dante Dawson. He will work against Ajante Miller. Pushed off a little with the left hand. Miller managed to snap the ball, but it comes right back to the Plainsmen. Pendleton, top of the key, two-hand pass, and the shot is no good by Keon Clark. Long rebound. Gombe. Miller almost wasn't looking, takes it right in front of the T-Bird bench. Miller bouncing to Agee along the baseline, reverse it up, and he'll draw the foul before the shot, I believe. Let's see. Pendleton will get the foul, and they are going to say Agee was in the act of shooting. So Rashawn with 11 points to the free throw line, shooting a couple here. has struggled this year at the free throw line. That's a soft touch, and it's good. His 12th point of the night. Bird's going to bring in another substitution. Keon Baker will return. Miller will leave for the T-Birds. Agee just kind of holds that ball in his palm and manages to get the fingers doing the work. Then he made them both, and the Birds are within 4 now. 45-41. Agbin, nice feed underneath. Jewett will lay it home. Juneb Scholl into the lineup for the first time tonight for the Plainsmen. McAdam, one dribble out top for Teray. He'll exchange with Gombe. Gombe right to Agee at the top of the key, out in three-point land, gives it right back to Gombe. Gombe with a long left-hand three. It's raining. That one brought the house to its feet. Makes it 47-44. Casper down by 3. Dribble drive, Adams to the hoop, and a block will be called. Agee going to get called here. Holding his back after hitting the deck pretty hard. Agee's 3rd foul of the night. And it puts Jared Adams at the free throw line. Adams, a redshirt sophomore, 6'5", from Mountain Home, Idaho. Long ways from home. First free throw, no good. Came off the bench and scored 13 in the first half. Has not dented the book here in the second half. Baker leaves the lineup for Casper. Miller returns. Second free throw is no good. And Teray goes down. Thought he tripped over his own man, over Agee. Birds are going to keep the ball. Miller to throw it in for Gombe, and we'll look at a little backcourt pressure here. Casper out of backcourt. Miller has it on a string to the elbow on left side, and there are 4 black shirts there to send him to the floor. Let's see who picked up the foul. Ogbin will get the foul. That's just his first. So that is the 7th team foul with 11:38 to go in the ball game. The Birds are going to be at the line a whole bunch. Miller's first free throw makes it a 2-point ball game. Second one on the way here. That's good. We're down to a 1-point ball game. 47-46. Miller, the 6'4" guard from Fairfield, California, the freshman, in the backcourt, working against Ogbin, who tries up a 3 that's no good. McAdam seals off the baseline or the block and manages to grab the rebound. Birds can go ahead for the first time in a long time. Miller for McAdam at the top in the land of 3. Lopes it with the left hand, puts it on the floor, and then exchanges with Gombe. Shot clock down to 8. Gombe with the pick out top, into the paint. Ticks it outside. Miller for a 3, that's no good. Agee for the rebound, couldn't hang on. Last touch by Rashawn, they say. 47-46, Plainsmen led by 9 at the half. The lead's down to 1 as we approach the halfway mark of the second half. McAdam out of backcourt, or Adams out of backcourt. Going to call him McAdam all day. Davion has got the white shirt on. little different hairstyle too than Adams, and a little shorter. Adams into the paint, throws it up and in. His first basket of the second half, his 15th point of the night. Gombe looking at the defense. Looks at Agee on the high post. Agee wandering around the left side of the lane. Shot clock headed to 10 as Gombe tries to go to the right side along baseline. Fall away with the left hand, no. And the rebound taken away by Toure. Toure for Agee. Drops it down, lays it up and in. That's going to be a travel. Can't pass the ball to yourself. Wanted to dribble, instead just dropped it. And then went to the hoop, and that won't work. 49-46, 10 exactly to play in the half. And the ball game, Rashawn Agee will get a rest. Birds will come back in with Keon Baker and Gus Wright also coming in. Out of backcourt, Agbin has to hesitate, slow the dribble down, drifts all the way back to half court. Working against Gombe. Swing it outside to Latrell Jones. Jones for Kane Johnson. Right back to Jones with 8 to shoot. Jones against McAdam to the left side. Tries to bore in, puts up the fall away, and that's good. Tough shot, pretty good defense. 51-46, back to a 5-point margin. Out of backcourt, Gombe from McAdam, tries to dump it down low to Gus Wright. Agbin snuck in, knocked it loose. It comes away to the Plainsman. Quickly ahead, head fake by Jewett. He walked with the basketball. Jaron Harris set to return, along with Dalton Peterson for Casper. And we'll get a timeout with it 51-46. Birds down 5, 9:05 to go in the contest.
At Casper College, we're here to help. Here to answer your financial aid questions. Register for classes. Pick a major and so much more. At Casper College, we're here for you.
Don't let me in.
Please don't let me into my zone. I just need some time of my own. All these people trying to get a conversation. You can conversate to that tone. My God up on that throne, yeah. So I'm never alone, yeah. All these people trying to boss me in. I'm Mayweather, it's on, yeah. Now they ask where I'm at. Making hits that Lambe. I'm MJ, I'm 2-3, man. I just need some time back. I'm zoned in like defense. My life gone, no recess. But I live my best one, so I got no regrets. So I'm gone. Finally back in my home.
Don't let me in.
Time back in here at Sweet Erickson T-Bird Gym, a rare Monday night basketball game. Ball will belong to Casper in the backcourt. Harris to throw it in and gets it into Gombe against some token pressure. PJ into the front court. Pick out front, rolls to the left side, still has it on a string, now backs away to half court. Gombe with that little stride, throws up the left hand, it didn't go. Looked like he was going to get some roll there. Back the other way we come. Jewett on the run into the front court. Ooh. Looked like we got away with a walk there. In deep, shot partially blocked by Wright as Latrell Jones couldn't get it off. And the Birds come back the other way, trailing by 5 still. Toure exchanging, give it to Peterson. Spins away from the pressure at the top to Gus Wright for Gombe. Gombe going left side, outside. We'll give it to Jaron Harris. Harris, right side elbow, couldn't pull up, 4 to shoot. Gombe, the left hand from the free throw line. No, put back by Wright is no good. Gus was wide open, couldn't lay it home, then couldn't get the rebound. 51-46, 5-point Plainsmen lead. Kane Johnson, Kyler Kane Johnson, gone most of the way at point guard. Left-hander bouncing in the corner. Latrell Jones, dribble drive, lay it in. Are they going to count the basket? They're going to say an offensive player control foul. And they are not going to count the basket. Always hated that call anyway. Rashawn Agee will return for the Birds. Gus Wright will take a seat. 51-46, Casper still down 5. We approach 7.5 to play in the contest. Harris bouncing to Peterson, outside, Gambi looking for the pick and roll. Ooh, they had Teray, but they didn't get it to him. Long three-pointer is no good by Harris. A lot of black shirts there to claim that rebound. Kane Johnson could go all the way down the lane, now back up for a fall away. That's good from the free throw line. Tough shot. His 5th point. All of a sudden the Birds in a little bit of trouble, down 7 here at 7 minutes to go. Harris, right side outside to Gambi. Gambi trying to find Agee. Instead, Teray will take a long three that's an air ball. Knocked out of Agee's hands, out of bounds. They'll say last touch by Rashawn. See who's taking the timeout here. I think the timeout will go to the media, and we're the media, so we'll take one too. Plainsmen 53, Birds 46, back after this.
I chose Casper College because I've heard great things about the faculty and the program from friends and family members.
I chose Casper College because I hear that they had an amazing music program, and since it's such a small community that you really get to know everybody, and the teacher experience was really good. You get really close with your teacher.
So I chose Casper College because when I came to my college visit, it really felt like home, and they have a really great nursing program, which is what I plan to study. And so I toured the building and I immediately knew that's where I needed to be.
I'm most excited about the student life. I think that they've got great activities. All the kids that I've met today have seemed like awesome people, and I just can't wait to dive right into it.
I am very excited to go to Casper College because I'm just ready to start a new chapter in my life, a new beginning, and to just find out who I am and, pursuing my passion for music. And it's just, I can't wait for the experience.
Birds will apply some full court pressure as the ball will come back into the back court to the Plainsmen. They'll get it to Kane Johnson. Working against Harris. Harris all over him. Johnson fends him off right at half court. Wants to spin to the left side, instead goes right side, head fake on the free throw line, and then dishes off to a chair. And down the hallway. Well, Kane Johnson under a little pressure turned it over. The Birds still down 7. We're under 6.5 to go in the ball game. Gambi will bring it ahead. Put Rashawn Agee out top, dish down low. Torre got away with a walk, puts up the soft one hand, that's good. Peters' 8th point of the night. He kind of shuffled his feet before he shot it. 53-48, 6 minutes to go. In the front court, Agbin feeding the high post. Barron trying to bore in, throws it up with the right hand too high, and Agee skies for that rebound. Pushes it ahead to Davion McAdam. McAdam dribble drive, off the glass, can't get it to go, but he'll go to the line for a couple. Kane Johnson complaining about the foul, saying he was fouled rather than the other way around. McAdam will go to the line and shoot a pair here. 9 team fouls on the Plainsmen. First one's good by Davion. Kelly Walsh, red shirt freshman. Cuts it to 4, chance to make it a 3-point ball game, and he will. Got the kind roll. 4 for McAdam, and it's 53-50. Down to 3. Kane Johnson pushing against Walker, and Walker's going to bump him. He ran into the pick and then ran into Kane Johnson. That'll be his first, just the 4th team foul, if the scoreboard's correct. Plainsman will play it in the front court. Go in the corner to Kane Johnson, their quarterback all night long. Redshirt sophomore from Niles, Ohio. Long shot is no good. Ball on the floor, a tie up here. McAdam tied up with Barron. And the arrow will say NJC, I believe. Yes. NJC will play it in. Left of the hoop along the end line. Kane Johnson to throw it in. They'll set everybody except Latrell Jones. Now they'll break it and try and dish it in deep. Ball deflected, but controlled by Adams, who turns and shoots over Agee and kisses the glass for his 17th of the night. 55-50, clock will stop with 5:13 to go. We'll get another timeout. Birds down 5. We're back after this.
Put on a show for some people out there, man. Put on a show for some people out there, man.
Back at Sweet Erickson T-Bird Gym, Monday night basketball. Casper College and NJC, a couple of old Region 9 rivals. There have been some real games between these two teams over the years. Back to the Sweet Erickson, Roy Edwards years. Birds got to play the ball in. They didn't come and get it in time. And then Gombe knocks it off his feet. Has to wait for someone else to touch it, but he'll be guilty of a foul as Adams goes to the hoop. Had he touched that in the backcourt, it would have been backcourt. Might have been better than letting Adams get it and fouling him. 55-50. Jared Adams off the bench with 17 points this evening, leads all scorers. First one is good. Drops it home with a little confidence. Builds the lead to 5 at 56-51. We got that right. I thought it was just 55-50. Well, let's see. Yeah, it's 56-50. Thank you. Second one's good. Really don't want to thank you for losing the point, but 57-50, back to the 7-point margin. Birds have gotten it down to 3 in the second half. That's the closest they've been. Gombe swinging around right side, looking down low. Teray backing his way in. Soft one-hander goes. Peter Teray with 11 now. 57-52, 4.5 to go. Kane Johnson. He'll swing it back outside to Agbin. Had a quiet night. He averages 17 to lead this team. He's got 7 right now. Lanky, long arms going to the baseline. Ball knocked loose, taken away. Out of back court. Harris for AG. That pass is taken away. Back the other way. Agbin tries to lay it off. Jones back to Agbin. Turns down the 3 as Teray came out to meet him. Agbin one-on-one with Teray. Layup no good. Ball tapped out though and put back up and in. Adams now with 21 points on the night. Look what I found. 7-point lead, 3.5 to play in the contest. AG at the top for Davion McAdam. Loses his dribble out top, 10 on the shot clock. Dribble drive, reverse layup, hook it up and in. Nice move that time by Dwayne Walker. Walker with 7 points, the lead down to 5 again. Birds keep chipping away, but the Plainsmen keep having an answer. 59-54, 3:21 to play. NJC being paced by Jared Adams off the bench with 21. Quincy Jewett with 14. The only players in double figures for the Birds. Rashawn Agee with 13 to lead the way. Peter Teray has 11. Those are the only 2 in double figures. Casper came in averaging 86 a game, giving up 77. Plainsman came in averaging 77, giving up 85. The better shooting team coming into the ball game. Casper 50% from the field, 39 behind the arc, but in the first half, the Birds were 29% from the field and 18% from the land of 3, and that resulted in that 9-point halftime lead for NJC. Plainsman will break the huddle with Jewett, Agbin, Kane Johnson, Adams, and Jones. Birds come out with Dia, Agee, Gambi, Baker, and Miller. And they go to the full court pressure right away. Across the timeline, Jewett with the basketball. Met by Agee all the way down left side. Collides with Dia, and that's going to be the foul on Dia. Yep. Well, Dia gets his 3rd. Quincy Jewett to the free throw line. That was the 6th team foul, but in the act of shooting, we'll put up a pair here. Jewett taking his time, the official counting it out too, and he line drives it off the heel. Davion McAdam back in. Davion and also Peter Teray. The left-hander, Jewett. Second one on the way, that one's good. Quincy now with 15 points. Back to a 6-point lead. We approach 3 to go. Gambi out of back court. Kane Johnson will go at him loosely. He'll make him back away to 3-point land. Still has it on the floor. Right back to Agee. Wants to drive, lay it up. Couldn't get it. Was in a little too deep behind the glass to lay it up, but he drew the foul. Jewett's second. That'll be 10 team fouls. Birds will be at the line for 2 from here on out. Rashawn, 13 on the evening. He had 10 rebounds at the halfway mark, so he just went 2 for 2 at the line. He missed that one, left it well short. Second one on the way, that's good. His 14th. Cuts the lead to 5. Keon Baker back in. Miller will leave for the T-Birds. Sean Gutting electing to go to some full court pressure again. They'll get it in the corner, and the foul whistle right away on Gombe. PJ gets his 3rd, and Kane Johnson will go to the free throw line, where he will shoot 1 and 1. It was the 7th team foul for Casper. So Kyler Kane Johnson, 5 points on the night, has gone most of the way as the starting point guard. Left-hander eyes the first one, and he got it. So everyone becomes critical now with 2:57 to play. Back to a 6-point lead. Second one by the lefty, got it. So the Birds will look at some token pressure and get it into Gombe. Down by 7 now, under 3 minutes to go. Gombe out top. Got the pick from AG. AG doesn't roll. They'll bring it instead to Miller as the ball slapped loose, and luckily they'll say Agbin got it last. Miller to play it in to Ray. Right back to Miller. Miller cross court, and Gombe will set it up from the left side. Wants to go to the baseline, shut off, looking for AG. They'll bring it back out top with 8 to shoot. Gombe steps into the lane. McAdam dribble drive, and he is hammered and will go to the line for a couple. Well, right now, when you take it in the painted area, you're earning your free throws. Third foul on Quincy Jewett. David McAdam to the free throw line with 4 points thus far this evening. Make it 5. First free throw's good. 62-56. Keon Baker will return for Casper. Second one. You know your luck just isn't working when you stick one there. Free throw is no good. Jump ball, though, favors. No jump ball? Yes, it is. Jump ball favors Casper, so the Birds will get it on the missed free throw. Gombe to throw it in. Agee's had a quiet second half. They find him on the baseline right. Wants to spin into the lane, now backs away. Head fake, drives, and that's going to be a charge on Agee. Kind of stumbled right into his man. That'll be his 4th. His 4th. And it's 62-56, so the Birds kind of miss an opportunity with the missed free throw, and then the held ball gets it back for him, and Agee will have to come out with his 4th foul. See if we do a little defense for offense here. Back the other way. Agbin out of backcourt, approaching 2 to go in the contest now. 6-point lead for NJC with the basketball. Kane exchanging with Jones, and he will be bumped by Keon Baker, who will pick up the foul. Latrell Jones to the free throw line here. 4 points on the night. Chance to shoot 1 and 1. Agee will come back as the Birds will do a little defense for offense, or offense for defense, however you want to look at it. 62-56. 1 and 1. He left that short. It rolls off. Agee loses the rebound, then gathers it back. Quick hands. Back the other way. Gombe. Backed away by Kane Johnson. His pass Kind of telegraph for McAdam, who manages to control it, and Gombe gets it back. Gombe outside. Harris drives, left hand, lays it off the glass. Smooth move. And the Birds will take a timeout as they got it down to 4 with 1:44 to go. It's 62-58. This will be a full timeout, so we'll take one here also.
Not only do we care about your social well-being, but your academic success is our priority as well. We have over 140 different degrees and certificates. 86% of our faculty have their master's or PhD, and our average class size is just 13 students. We at Casper College are determined to make sure you have every academic opportunity we can give you to make sure that this is your college.
Birds down by 4, 62-58. They've trailed the entire second half, went into the locker room down 9, 35-26. That after a quick start that saw them get out to an 8-0 lead to begin the ball game. Didn't last. Full court pressure will be applied here by Casper. Teray to challenge the inbounds pass. They can run the end line though, and they'll get it into Agbin. Crowd wanted backcourt. He wasn't backcourt. Both feet were never in the front court. Got to have both feet and the ball in the front court. So the ball belongs to the Plainsmen. Keon Johnson. Kane Johnson rather, misses. And the rebound taken away by Dia. We approach a minute to go. Casper with the basketball. Gombe to Davion McAdam. Layup is good. Hard drive to the hoop. His 7th point, and it's 62-60. What do we got going on now? Is McAdam going to the free throw line? No, they're just going to say the basket's good. Birds want to apply full court pressure. 1 minute exactly, 60 ticks on the digital scoreboard. Birds down 2. Plainsmen to play it in. They can run the end line, and they'll have to call a timeout before the 5-second. Casper has had an effect on them as far as pressuring from the full court on the inbounds pass after a made basket. We'll see what happens here. Trailed in almost the entire game now, really. They fell behind. It was a seesaw battle till about 3 minutes were to go in the first half, and then NJC with a run at the end of the half to take a 9-point lead to the locker room. They have led the entire second half of play. They managed to build it to 11 earlier. Casper had gotten it down to 3, and then they built it right back to 7. Now the Birds have it down to 2 with 1 minute to play in the contest. Plainsmen came in with a 3-5 mark overall this season. The Birds are 4-3 heading into tonight's contest. It will be Teray to challenge the inbounds pass. Gombe, McAdam, Baker, and Dia for Casper College on the court right now. Jewett will have the ball along the baseline again. He can run the end line, and he will, and toss it in. Get it into Agbin right in front of the T-Bird bench. They'll get it back to Kane Johnson. Kane Johnson will clear it across just in time. Working against Keon Baker. Game clock to 50, shot clock to 15. Pass in deep, all alone for the little hook shot. Quincy Jewett, his 17th point, makes it a 6-point or 4-point lead rather at 64-60. Birds need to use another timeout. They have one left. The NJC Plainsmen with two left. Now one left as they put that one in the books. So each team with a timeout left. Still 42 and change, 43 and change as they'll move the clock. The officials will reset it to where the timeout was taken. And we'll see what kind of magic Sean Gutting and company have up their sleeves. 64-60. Rashawn Agee still leads the way for Casper with 14. Peter Teray has 11, and they are the only ones in double figures. The Birds started the night with 4 players in double figures and 2 others averaging 9 points a game. So they are well below that tonight with just 2 players in double figures. Agee, however, is going to have a bunch of rebounds when you tote this one up. See who we bring out on the court. It'll be Gombe, McAdam, Harris, Teray for Casper, and you got to need another guy out there. There's Agee going to check in now. So Casper will look at some full court pressure. McAdam to throw it in and gets it in right away to P.J. Gombe. Gombe all the way down left side, floats a one-hander off the glass. No, Teray tries to put it back up with a strong rebound, and he'll draw the foul and go to the line for a pair. Ogbin will get the foul. That'll be his third. Teray back to the free throw line, where I believe he's 3 for 6. First one on the way is good. Peter now with 14 points, is what the scoreboard is telling me. Ties Agee for the lead. Nope, take it back. I was right, he had 12. Trying to make it 13 and cut it to 2, and he will. That one crawled over the top of the rim. 64-62, Birds down 2 with 33 seconds to go. Keon Baker back in defensively for the T-Birds. They'll get the ball in to Kane Johnson along the end line, triple team him. He manages to get it ahead to Jones, who finds Agbin running the court, lays it off. The layup is good, and a foul will be whistled. Jared Adams with 23 off the bench. And that could be the game breaker with 23 seconds to go and a 4-point lead, and free throw coming now for Adams. Don't know if he normally starts or comes off the bench, but his play off the bench tonight has been game-saving for the Plainsmen. One shot, chance to finish the 3-point play, and he will with his 24th point of the ball game. Birds will have to get it in against full court pressure, down 5. Gombe out of back court, looking for a pick out top. Goes in the corner, Agee for a 3, that's no good, and the rebound taken away by Ogbin. With 12.6 seconds to go, that should do it, as the Plainsmen will walk to the free throw line. McAdam getting the foul. First free throw was good by Ogbin, his 8th point of the ball game, and his 9th will seal the deal. 69-62, 7-point lead. Final 10 seconds. Gombe into the front court with a long 3-pointer that's no good. McAdam rebound falls away, that's no good. Ogbin will claim the rebound, and this one is in the books. NJC makes the long ride from Sterling and comes away with a 69-62 victory over your Casper College Thunderbirds. They outscore the Birds 35-26, and then they outscore them in the second half, or they are outscored in the second half, I should say, by a score of 36-34. They end up winning by 7 after leading by 9 at the halfway mark. We'll come back and look at the scoring when we return. T-Bird basketball, the final again, NJC 69, Casper 62, back after this.
I want to show for some people out there, man. I want to show for some people out there, man.
Jack Noakes back at T-Bird Gym, where the Birds have just fallen to 4-4 on the season, dropping a 69-62 decision to Northeastern Junior College of Sterling, Colorado. Casper had problems shooting the ball tonight. The Birds finished the game 21 of 62 from the field. That's just 34%. The Plainsmen were 27 of 53, 51%. As far as free throws or three-point field goals went, NJC 4 of 11, 36%. The Birds finish just 3 of 20, 15% from behind the arc, and that is kind of a killer for Casper College. Free throws, the Plainsmen 11 out of 19, 58%. The Birds finished 13 of 16. No, make it 17 of 27. Got to find this again. That's not right either. So Casper College 17 of 27. There we go. From the free throw line tonight. They had it as 63%, but somebody's computer got that wrong. Leading scorers in the ball game, Quincy Jewett and Jared Adams. Adams came off the bench for 24 points for the Plainsmen. Jewett finished with 17. Their leading rebounder in the contest would have been, well, it would have been Jared Adams. Again, off the bench, he finished with 6 rebounds. For the Birds, 2 players in double figures tonight. Peter Teray comes off the bench, finishes with 12. Washawn Agee finished with 14. Agee also with 15 rebounds on the evening. But the Birds struggled shooting from the field, struggled shooting from the free throw line. They turned the ball over 14 times. It was 15 turnovers for the Plainsmen. Steals, NJC had 10. The Birds had just 5. And Casper goes to 4-4 on the season, dropping a 69-62 decision on its home court here to the Plainsmen from Northeastern Junior College. We will be back on the air on Friday evening, a 5 o'clock tip, as the women will take on Lake Region. And then at 7 o'clock, we'll have the next game, as it will be Casper College taking on the Lamar Antelopes, I believe. I'm trying to remember. I think it is Antelopes. The Lamar from southeastern Colorado. That will be the 7 o'clock. The annual Thanksgiving Classic, a little different look than it had many, many years ago when it was an 8-team tournament. So we will join you then. And that'll do it for us tonight. Jack Noakes, thanks for joining us. We will see you on Friday. Final score again, NJC 69, Casper College 62. Good night, everybody.
I want to show for some people out there, man. people out there, man.